Good evening, friends, and welcome to today's webinar on the benefits of getting rated by credit agencies for MSMEs. A warm welcome to Mr. Kalpesh Patel, Associate Director, Corporate Ratings, CARE Ratings Limited, Mr. Manmohan Gupta, Head MSME Lending, Bank of Baroda, Mr. Siddheshwar Patra, Chief Desk Officer, Bank of Baroda, Mr. Manoj Dingra, AGM, SIDBI, our board members, Mr. Dr. Vinod Chopra, who's the MD of Sai Industrial Alliances Private Limited, Mr. Rajan Raje, again a board member and the chair of our MSME forum. Ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues, Sugita, Aparna, and Mahadev. So before I hand over the session to Dr. Chopra, just let me take a couple of minutes to talk about the chamber. As most of you would know, who have attended our seminars in the past and our various webinars this year, the chamber is a 184-year-old chamber formed way back in 1836. And over the years, it has played a major role in the development of corporates. Some 15-20 years back, MSMEs became a major focus area as well. Today, we have almost 65% of the members who are from the MSME sector. In the past 3 or 4 months, we have done more than 20 webinars, which have been essentially for MSMEs, because the pain points which are currently being faced by MSMEs are something which have been highlighted by many to us. We are trying to see as to how best to help the MSMEs in the business equation today, and going forward, how would they benefit from whatever the chamber can help them with. So whether it is making representation to the government of India, the state government, various nodal bodies, we have been at the forefront of taking care of these. Today's webinar is going to be very, very important for most MSMEs to look at in the current change scenario. How are they going to take the benefit once they are rated? Because this will clearly mean better loans, better facilities which one can get from the banks and from various other agencies. I am no expert in this subject matter. There are experts who would take us through this in the next 1.5 hours. My request to all of you is that please make it as interactive as possible. Please keep on putting your questions in the question and answer session, so that at the end of it, the question and answers can be taken up, and we all benefit from the expertise of our panelists. I would now request Mr. Vinod Chopra to introduce the topic, and at the end, our colleague Mr. Rajan Raje would be delivering the vote of thanks. So thank you all once again for giving us your time, and I hope that after this session, you all will all go back much better informed. Go back in the sense, or stay wherever you are, because most of us are today operating from home. So over to you, Dr. Chopra.
Thank you, Mr. Sandeep Khosla, and good evening and a warm welcome to all our viewers, members of Bombay Chambers, members and leaders of various associations of Maharashtra, Gujarat and Goa, also welcoming members from the government and financial sectors to this interactive webinar on benefits of getting rated by credit rating agencies for MSMEs. Friends, there has been a long and consistent request by many of you all to this MSME forum of Bombay Chambers for understanding the credit rating systems for MSMEs. We at Bombay Chambers today promise you to deliver all about this subject from the experts in this knowledge session today. In fact, we have received lots of queries which shall be answered in terms of the way credit agencies perceives and the way bankers analyze the same. We have with us prominent experts from CARE Ratings Limited, Bank of Baroda, and SIDBI today as a profound panelist to explain to us all we want to know about the importance of rating and, of course, its benefits to the MSME sector. We shall thereafter have a question and answer, and I would request all participants to please post all their questions in the Q&A box related to today's themes. So going ahead, credit ratings was earlier important for larger companies. But with the impetus on the MSME sector and its urgent growth for a robust economy, time has come that MSME should gear up for rating themselves, not only for a fast-track growth, but also to tap the limitless potential in this sector's capability to expand and avail credit and finance. The first panelist we have is from CARE Ratings Limited, a financial services company, commenced operations in April 1993 and in over 27 years has established itself as the second largest credit rating agency in India, having completed around 81,874 rating assignments since inception, if I'm correct. CARE Ratings is proud of its rightful place in the Indian capital market built around investor confidence. In global space, CARE Ratings is a partner in ARC Ratings, an international credit rating agency. The company also has subsidiaries in Mauritius and Nepal. It further has strategic alliance with Japan credit rating agencies JCR and the MOU with Russian rating agency ACRA. So we have with us today in our esteemed panel the Associate Director of CARE Ratings Limited, our dear friend Mr. Kalpesh Patel, an MBA CWA by qualification. Mr. Kalpesh Patel is an associate member of ICWAI and a certified associate of Indian Institute of Bankers. With 15 years of industrial experience, a rich experience, I would say, including 12 years with CARE Ratings, he is currently the ratings head at SME division of CARE and sector specialist for construction industry. He is presently entrusted with portfolio of over 500 small and medium enterprises client of Western region covering Gujarat, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. He is also a chairperson for SME Grading Committee of CARE Advisory Research and Training Limited. I would now request Mr. Kalpesh Patel to please address us on the key subject.
Thank you, Chopra sir. And good evening all. And I express my gratitude to BCCI for inviting me on this webinar. And I also thank present audience for participation in this webinar. Before we move forward towards the webinar, I'll quickly go through the key contents of the webinar. That includes, we'll talk about brief on the Indian MSME sector, its importance in the Indian economy, and then role of credit rating in finance facilitation, along with which we'll discuss about the benefits of credit rating to MSMEs as well as other stakeholders and our experience in this SME segment. Indian MSME sector is one of the key important sector of Indian economy because it houses more than 63 million units and engages workforce of more than 111 million people. And this segment of industry is very much important because of the inclusive growth of various regions of India. And in terms of its contribution to GDP, it contributes close to 30% in GDP. And in case of exports, it contributes around 50% of direct as well as indirect export in the Indian economy. Moreover, the MSME segment consists of 30%, more than 30% as manufacturing units and around 69% as service-oriented units. Recently, looking at the sheer size of this and the importance of this segment in the Indian economy, Government of India has recently changed the definition of MSMEs and increased the scale in terms of investment in plant and machinery as well as the turnover from previous one of rupees 25 lakh 5 crore and 10 crore to rupees 10 crore and 50 crore respectively for small and medium sized entities. Along with which they have also introduced the turnover based criteria for definition of this MSMEs. Now, considering this increased limit for investment as well as increase in the turnover limits, we feel that the MSMEs would have more opportunities in terms of investment in plant and machinery and other ancillary units for their capacity expansion, technological upgradation and modernization, along with which if the more number of MSME units would be covered in this particular segment, they will have benefits from various government schemes as well as fiscal incentives. That schemes, major schemes of Government of India includes, which are meant for MSMEs, are CGT MSC, then Trade Receivable Finance Discounting Scheme, and noteworthy would be the CPSE procurement policy, which entrusted the public sector units to procure around 25% of their requirement from MSME units. So in a way, it would be largely helpful MSMEs to participate in this type of tenders, and it will help them in terms of their growth. Further, the schemes like government schemes like interest subvention on to the MSMEs, tariff related benefits in terms of say power or duty related incentives are also available to MSMEs, and after increasing these the limit on in the investments and in the plant and machinery, the coverage would increase. That is what we feel as a rating agency. Here, as we are discussing about the credit rating, MSMEs and the financing opportunities for MSMEs. So here we have collated some of the obstacles which as a lender, the lenders are facing and the borrowers, MSME borrowers are facing while they are approaching the lenders. As a lender, the lenders are facing more of the information availability issue. Like they feel that the reliable financial information and operational information of particular MSMEs are not available in the public domain. Further, they also lack professional approach in their dealings, and the size of the loan, ticket size of the loans are smaller in nature, and hence their procedural cost, operational cost increases. At the same time, borrowers also feel that the higher they are supposed to pay higher cost of for their funding, along with which they are required to give higher collateral. As for small size entities, lenders insist for higher collateral coverages. Further, they also have to go through the complex documentary requirement as well as the procedural requirement of the lenders, and that differs from lenders to lenders. So essentially here the lenders as well as the borrower are facing issues in terms of credit risk, information risk, cost of borrowings and high transaction cost, and concern over lending to unknown territories from the lender side. So as a rating agency which can address this peculiar issues of MSME as well as lender by way of various products and services. So role of credit rating in finance facilitation to MSMEs. Here we'll talk about the rating, what do we mean by ratings, and then rating process and various products which are made for the MSMEs. Credit rating is essentially an independent and unbiased opinion on the relative ability and willingness of the issuer, which is a definition. So essentially rating covers the credit risk and probability of default, and it is a holistic approach wherein overall risk assessment of the entity issuer, the issuer for whom we are undertaking the rating is being carried out, and based on which the committee assigns the rating. However, at the same time, the rating is not a recommendation to invest by the investor. It is also not a one-time activity. It is a recurring and ongoing activity, credit rating, and it is not a formula-based or a model-driven exercise. So, next. The rating framework which we undertake in the rating agencies covers two types of factors, like external factors and internal factors. External factors comprise of industry risk, and internal factors are business, financial, project and management risk. And overall, after assessment of all the parameters, along with the in consultation with the management of the issuer, we designed a credit rating, based on the overall assessment of the unit. And our approach in terms of credit rating is, it starts with, the overall process starts with the signing of mandate by the business development team, and then it is handed over to a rating team. Rating team initially comprised of rating analyst as well as the group head, who undertakes the assessment of the documents submitted by the entity along with the industry analysis and due diligence with various stakeholders, including banker, auditor, customers, suppliers, and other specified stakeholders. After, say, detailed analysis of the information submitted, we also undertake site visit and management discussion with the issuers. And the rating note travels to quality control team as well as the rating head. After detailed deliberation with the rating team, the rating opinion is formed, which is then presented to the rating committee, and finally rating committee assigns the rating to the issuers. In this process, if at all issuer, that means a unit, is not happy with the rating or not accepting the rating, then they have a right to represent their rating. And here we have a different approach in terms of representation. We follow a independent and transparent process of representation, wherein the verbatim representation of the client is presented to the committee, and this committee is different from the committee which has initially assigned the rating. And this committee also houses one external member who is outside of CARE. So that gives added advantage in terms of the independent opinion about the ratings. Now question comes, who rates these raters? I mean, who governs these rating agencies in the Indian market? So here, if in the Indian market, if somebody wants to operate a rating agency, then it has to have a license and approval from SEBI as well as RBI. And the approved rating agency can only undertakes the bank loan ratings and instrument ratings in the Indian market. And this performance of the credit rating agency is always being monitored by this regulator, including SEBI as well as RBI, and they periodically review the rating assignments and undertakes the audit activities also. And periodically we have to submit our statistical data, including rating movements and transitions, to these regulators. Again, this information, regulatory compliances, are also very much available on our websites. I mean, all CRAs have to publish that information on their websites. So if as an investor or as an issuer, somebody wants to select the rating agency, they will have readily available data on the website of CRAs. These are the products covered under the CARE gamut, including the products offered by our subsidiaries and group companies. And these products are intended for corporates, financial service sector, including banks and NBFCs, and MSMEs. Apart from which, we also cover some of the service sector entities, which includes real estate entities, education institutes, and maritime board as well. Some of the products are specifically meant for MSMEs, which we will going to discuss over here. Okay, one of them, the prominent product, is bank loan rating, and that is why credit rating, we talk about generally, in general parlance, we talk about credit rating. It is nothing but a bank loan rating under the Basel II guidelines. And this rating is required. Bank insist for this rating because they are required to provide the capital adequacy requirement for their exposures to the borrowers. And that for that capital adequacy requirement, RBI has specified as against the ratings, the capital adequacy norms. And for AAA, it is 20% risk weight, and for BBB, it is 100%. And below BBB, that is sub-investment grade ratings, the capital adequacy requirement is 150%, as per the RBI Basel II guidelines. And the scale here starts from AAA to D, and this scale is consistent across the rating agencies. I mean, here in India, we have 7 rating agencies operational as of now. So for all the rating agencies, for the investors and public interest, RBI has standardized this rating scale for every rating agency. The second most important product for SMEs is SME ratings. This is applicable for SMEs having turnover up to rupees 250 crore. And it indicates creditworthiness of the entity within the SME segment. So this product is specifically meant for SME units. Okay, because bank loan rating is meant for all the corporates, say from proprietor to a conglomerate, whereas SME rating is primarily meant for MSME units. And of late we have observed that some of the public sector banks as well as financial institutions have also started using this product as against the conventional bank loan rating product for their smaller proposals, which are up to say 25 or 50 crore rupees of limits. The another product is SME fundamental grading. Essentially, the difference between SME fundamental grading and SME rating is here the more weightage is given to management as well as corporate governance practices, because this product is largely meant for raising the equity from private parties or third party for SME units. Another product which is we use in SMEs is a vendor evaluation. That vendor evaluation comprises of corporate and the counterparty risks, along with which it includes the financial analysis, SWOT analysis, and feedback from various stakeholders here also, like banker, customer, suppliers, and site visits are also conducted to check the ground level information about the vendors. And this vendor evaluation program, generally large corporate undertakes vendor evaluation program for their credit and operational risk management. For their counterpart, those are the MSMEs. Another one is due diligence services. The due diligence services is primarily meant for small ticket size proposals ranging from say 10 lakh rupees to around 2 crore or 3 crore rupees of proposals. In some of the banks, we have had an exclusive MOU for undertaking these due diligence services in public sector banks. So some loan products like Mudra loan or a small ticket size loan for which bankers insist for due diligence from a third party, and CARE is one of the entity who undertakes due diligence services for the corporates. Here, the lender gets quick analysis of the prospective client, and it helps them in taking the faster decision about the proposals. At the same time, it also facilitates the business partners as well as the investors in taking the decision about the lending. Another product is CareCheck. The CareCheck is a one-pager document which is authentic, third-party verified product available online for a small and micro-size units, which can be used by their stakeholders, their customers, suppliers, and other stakeholders. Next, this was one of the flagship product for MSCs, particularly micro and small units earlier, and it was operational till middle of FY18. This product was developed by NSIC in consultation with Indian Bankers Association, and this was meant for small and micro entities, wherein the overall assessment was on the two fronts, financials as well as performance. And in this product, NSIC as a anchor was providing subsidy of around 75% of the rating fee to the rating agencies. So essentially, MSE units were not required to spend much on this product. However, this product was discontinued in middle of FY18. Now the interesting topic of today's presentation, that is benefits of ratings to various stakeholders, including MSMEs. Credit rating offers numerous advantages to banks in terms of credit growth, asset liability management, risk return management, and long-term sustainability. As discussed earlier, based on the credit rating, bank has to allocate risk weight, and accordingly the capital adequacy requirement varies. If the risk weight is lower, I mean, the CR requirement is lower for the bank, then essentially they are able to pass on the interest benefit to the issuer. If the rating is better, their capital requirement is lower, and hence they are able to pass on the interest benefit to the issuer. And vice versa, if rating is on a lower side, then bank will have to provide higher capital adequacy, and hence the their capital requirement remains higher. So they charge premium on the lending to the riskier borrowers. Now, benefits to investors. In case of investors, credit rating of a DEGE instrument provide an idea to investor about credibility of the issuer and expected risk and reward of the investment, on the basis of which the investor can make a informed decision about the investment. Moreover, credit rating also helps the regular monitoring of these ratings through regular reviews, quarterly reviews or yearly reviews, and whatever changes would have happened from the initial rating assignment are very well incorporated in the rating, and that investors get the updated information about the issuer and the ratings on a regular basis. Now, this is very interesting part for the present audience probably. There is clear relationship between the rating band and the interest rate charge for the debt instrument. If you see the slide on the right side of the slide, the table indicates 10-year GSEC rate as on 31st of August 2020. It was 6.12%, and if a issuer is rated AAA, it's that markup would apply would be around 0.73% or 73 basis point. Whereas if a issuer is rated BBB minus, its markup is close to 5.5%. So essentially, when rating is higher, the interest benefit to the issuer is significantly higher, and when the rating is on a lower side, the interest benefit in terms of cost of funding is tend to remain higher. Further, when the rating is assigned, the issuer get wider avenues for their debt placement or maybe funding. That includes maybe banks, financial institution, or maybe a private placement through private placement of their issues, and private equity investments also they can entertain. Moreover, the rating is also helpful in terms of managing the cost of borrowing as well as improving the corporate image of the entity and generate confidence and trust in the minds of, say, lender, customer, supplier, and other stakeholders as well. Further, we have experienced when the entity has a rating, and if it is on a better side, the lender's response to the proposals remain faster, and vice versa. And this rating activity, bank loan rating, is also a regulatory requirement from the Basel II guidelines point of view. This one is also an interesting slide where we have undertaken a survey of 1,000+ entities which are dominantly in the SME space, and these entities have given their feedback in terms of around 21% of the entities have opined that there was a concession in the interest rate. Around 18% have said that there was lower transaction cost from the lenders, and balance have also echoed that their processing time, their transaction cost, as well as their confidence among the customers and suppliers has enhanced because of the ratings. Care ratings experience in the SME segment particularly. In case of SME universe, if you see, the construction dominates the highest share, and followed by the food processing entities, textile, trading, iron and steel, and transport and storage. So we have more than 2,000 rating universe in the SME space itself in case of DLR, and till last year we were also doing the SME ratings, wherein we have more than 750 clients we have rated in previous year, 2020. This is rating dispersion of CARE rated universe. On the left hand side, it indicates the bank loan rating metrics. On the right hand side, it is our the SME rating metrics. If we see on a bank loan rating side, close to 90% of the entities are rated in the below investment grade rating because of their inherent characteristics, including size of operation, lower profitability, and limited geographical presence. However, at the same time, around 10% of the entities are rated in the investment grade, having good operational efficiency, above average financial risk profile, and considerable track record, demonstrated track record in the various economic cycles. Moreover, if we see the SME rating metrics, which we have earlier discussed about the SME rating product on a scale of 1 to 8, if we see here SME 1 to SME 4, which is considered as the similar to investment grade rating, it constitutes more than 77% entities are rated in this space, because the MSMEs rated under the SME scale have relatively better ratings because of their the nature of product, which is customized and based on the requirement of the MSMEs. And of late, as I mentioned earlier, of late this product has got prominence in terms of, and it has got acceptance from some of the public sector banks also for their credit evaluation. About CARE ratings, as Chopra Sahab has already mentioned about our track record of more than 25 years in this space, and we are second largest rating agency, and we operate through our regional office model, and we have around 11 offices across India with a localized team in case of analytical space as well. Further, in terms of global footprints, we have around 9 locations in globe, including 2 of our subsidiaries, one in Nepal and one in Mauritius, which are also undertaking ratings in the domestic market, local markets. Thank you very much. Yeah, Chopra sir, over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Patel, and for the brilliant insight and knowledge session. The process, regulation, various ratings, and fundamental grading will indeed help our MSMEs to get a clarity of their individual standpoint and a way forward to analyze our own businesses. So we now move on to our next panelist from one of the most trusted institutions of this country, the Bank of Baroda. Bank of Baroda is an Indian multinational public sector banking and financial services company. It is the 3rd largest public sector bank in India with 131 million customers, a total business of $218 billion, and a global presence of about 100 overseas offices. Headquartered in Alkapuri at Baroda, let me share with all of you, if you're not aware about the inception. Founder of this bank is His Excellency Sayajirao Gaikwad III, way back in 1908. And that makes it 112 years old bank, if I'm correct. We are indeed glad to host our next panelist from this grand institution, Mr. Siddheshwar Patra. And Mr. Siddheshwar Patra is the Chief General Manager and Chief Risk Officer of Bank of Baroda. He holds a postgraduate degree and an MBA in Banking and Finance. Presently posted as the CRO, the Chief Risk Officer of Bank of Baroda at Baroda Corporate Center, Mumbai. He has 3.5 decades of lustrous experience in banking, like retail banking, commercial banking, international banking, information technology, and risk management. He was earlier a module leader for implementation of advanced approach in credit risk, market risk, and operational risk in Vijaya Bank. He also has undergone advanced management program conducted at overseas countries at AIM Manila, Philippines, Geneva, Switzerland, Kellogg University in Chicago, the USA, and the Indian School of Business in Hyderabad, India. I shall now request Mr. Siddheshwar Patra, CRO, Bank of Baroda, to please address our August participants. Mr. Patra.
Yes, thank you very much. Good evening to everybody. I am from Bank of Baroda. Along with me, as introduced by Dr. Chopra, along with me, Mr. Manmohan Gupta is there. We have a few slides for presentation, and he will be presenting that. In general, I just want to take a few minutes to talk about the rating, rating of the MSME. In this case, actually, a detailed presentation was given by Mr. Patel. It is very interesting, and I think all the people have got delighted on this. Coming to banker side, generally bank and customer both are very related, and every day and night they talk each other, and every problem is solved by banker and bank's problem solved by the customer. So in that case, the topic was what is the benefit of getting rated for MSME. Very briefly, I can say this is for a banker, this is an added tool to understand the creditworthiness of the customer. And at the same time, it also helps providing confidence to the lenders and also various stakeholders. If you understand the strength and weakness, I think the customer also gets a trigger point to understand how I will be very strong, and the market will understand me, my strength, so that he will improve and strive hard to understand his weakness and strength. So rating gives the indication and trigger point to the customer. Similarly, if you suppose any company is rated, and whatever grade it may be, by seeing the grade, the market will understand whether acceptability is there or not. Buyers and purchasers will understand the strength of the customer or the company, and at the same time, the evaluation takes place to deal with the company, whether purchase or sale, whatever it may be. It gives more confidence on that, thinking that, okay, this company will perform and it will never fall down and will be in safer side, risk is less. So accordingly, the calculated risk is taken by the banker. Similarly, if you say, like Patel Saab has told already, there will be a concession in rate of interest or the charges. Of course, if there is a good quality customer based on the rating, then definitely some concession can happen. There is no definite percentage is defined, but the purely judgmental. Banker will see the customer based on the various risks involved. Then thereafter, it will take a decision, business risk, how much it is there and what the concession can be given. And as a result, the onboarding of the customer will be very, very smooth, and understanding to the customer and the banker will be very smooth on that. Then another good point is, if MSME customer goes to the market to raise the bonds, the rating is must. Here there is no question of option or any optional thinking. They have to do rating, then based on that the bond pricing will happen. So in that case, the customer comes to know what should be my rating, what is my strength, what is my weakness, how to develop myself, so that in the market I will get the better rating or better pricing, either raising bonds or taking loans from the customer. And see, not only the concession or rate of interest or charges, but the strength of the company depends on their performance. So performance is judged by the rating agency. They may be definitely doing various exercise. They see the industry risk, management risk, business risk, as well as they also go with the financial risk. So all the risk they see, in addition to various judgment taken, then based on that some score is given. The score gives also the strength of the customer. So in this way, the rating is an indication. It is an, as I said, it is added a tool to understand the customer and go ahead. At the same time, customer also gets benefited to raise their level. They will improve their functioning, and they can see that the profitability of the company or project performance should go better than what they are doing. So this is a trigger point type. So in this way, I wanted to just convey about the bankers' feeling about the rating and how the rating is important, playing in the customer and bankers' relationship. There are various methods to understand the relationship between bankers and customer. Rating may be one of them. So this is the one type of I just gave the hints about the what is the benefit of getting rated for MSME loans. So in this way, I do not want to take much time. We have a few slides with our Manmohan, my colleague is there. He will be presenting about Bank of Baroda and what we are doing for MSME and how we are going ahead. He will go in detail. That way, I just conclude my thinking and my views. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Patra. Before we move to Mr. Manmohan Gupta, I would like the viewers to know about him. So Mr. Manmohan Gupta is designated as Head MSME Lending of the bank, presently working at Baroda Corporate Center, Mumbai. He holds postgraduate degree in commerce from Rajasthan University and is an MBA in finance besides CAIIB. He also has 3.5 decades of experience, my friends, in retail and commercial banking. He started his career at Grameen Bank and thereafter joined various banks, State Bank of Bikaner and Jaipur, Bank of Rajasthan, Dena Bank. And in Dena Bank, he worked in the field in credit department at zonal office level and also worked as zonal head of Chandigarh zone. So he was then head of recovery department during challenging PCA times. And after the recent merger of banks, he is currently working as the head of MSME, the right person for us today in the Bank of Baroda institution. I now welcome Mr. Manmohan Gupta, General Manager and Head MSME Lending. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Chopra. I also thanks to my colleague, senior colleague, Mr. Patra. Thanks to Mr. Rajan Raje, Mr. Kalpesh Patel, and Bombay Chamber, who give me opportunity to speak in front of all the members. So I would request to start the presentation so that we can discuss presentation. Yes, sir. This is the presentation for Bank of Baroda, and the subject is benefits of credit rating for MSME. But before starting the benefits, I will give the brief of the Bank of Baroda, then MSME and products of the bank in MSME sector. So let us move to next slide. Yes, bank. This is the an overview of Bank of Baroda. Bank of Baroda is pioneer in many customer-centric initiatives. It is a well-recognized brand in Indian banking industry, third largest bank, public sector bank, common technology platform in both domestic and overseas operations. It is the first public sector bank to receive and maintain corporate governance rating, CGR2 by ICRA Limited. It has wide range of technology-based alternate delivery channel, mobile banking, net banking, ATMs, e-lobbies, and POS. It has 112 years of life, old bank with modern and contemporary personality, steady domestic and international business growth, and it is a premier bank in Indian banking industry with global integrated treasury operations. So this is just a brief about the MSMEs, how MSMEs are important for the country. So far as our Mr. Kalpesh Patel sir also described all these things, but just to give a brief about the MSME. MSME is the sector, it is the highly vibrant and dynamic sector of the Indian economy over the last 5 decades. It has network of 64 million enterprises. It is providing employment to 117 million persons, and it is second largest contributor of employment generation after agriculture. It contributes to almost 30% of GDP, and manufacturing and service sector segment contributes to 6% and 24%. It is contributing to 45% in industrial production and 40% in exports. keeping in view significant contribution of MSME in manufacturing sector. In national manufacturing policy, the share of manufacturing sector in GDP is estimated to be increased from 16% to 22% by 2022. MSME sector is the growth engine of the economy through startups, entrepreneurship, and innovations. MSME sector is crucial for the success of national agenda of financial inclusion and social responsibility. As Kalpeshji already conveyed the definition, change in definition, this is only to bring more and more MSME units in the ambit of MSME, and keeping in view that after GSTN, now turnover of any company can be verified. So taking into consideration and to bring more and more units in the MSME, the limit has been increased from investment and planting machinery, from manufacturing and services to only manufacturing and service. Now there is no gap between manufacturing and services. Only the basis will be investment and planting machinery and turnover. And the interesting part is that besides these parameters, the export turnover has been excluded from this turnover. So if a unit is doing turnover of 500 crores, and if domestic turnover is less than 250 crores, it will be classified in MSME. Secondly, interesting part is that in present definition, we were considering investment in plant and machinery on original cost, whereas in the revised definition, only written down value has been taken into consideration. So basic purpose of revised definition is to bring more and more units in the MSME so that they may get benefits of MSME classification. Next slide, please. So these are the initiatives taken by the banks during COVID time. The basic purpose was to support the MSME as well as other industrial units. First one was COVID 10% line. Under this COVID 10% line, every bank has allowed 10% emergency credit line to the borrowers who are facing liquidity crunch because of this pandemic. Thereafter, there comes reassessment of working capital facility. As per Reserve Bank of India guidelines, since there was stress, and there was stress in the sector as well as repayment was not coming. So in reassessment of working capital facilities, what we have permitted, we have reduced the margin in the case of stock and debtors, and we have also increased the receivables period in case of genuine cases and in case of government receivables. So just to facilitate the SME and other business enterprises, these initiatives have been taken. In COVID 20% line, this is 20% of outstanding as of 29th February. Earlier, this limit was 25 crores, means 25. If the unit is having outstanding of 25 crores and turnover of 100 crores as of 29th February, and it was standard or SMA 0 or SMA 1, it was eligible for this facility. And under this facility, it is 100% guaranteed by NCGTC without any commission or charges. Now this limit has been increased to 50 crores of outstanding as of 29th February and turnover 250 crores. So the basic purpose of all these facilities is to support the MSME units or other business enterprises due to this pandemic. Extension of moratorium, as we all know, for 6 months period, moratorium has been given in case of term loan installment and interest and working capital interest. It is also to support the business enterprises. This is the next is PM Swanidhi scheme. As we know that because of this pandemic, most sufferer are the street vendors who could not run their business because of this close lockdown. So to support them, under this PM Swanidhi scheme, government has come out that each vendor to be given 10,000 rupees to be repaid over a period of 1 year. And the interesting part is that only 7.5% or 8% rate of interest is being charged, against which they are getting 7% interest subvention. And if they route entire transactions through digital channel, they are getting rupees 100 cash back per month for a period of 12 months. So whatever interest they are paying, they are getting higher amount from the government over that loan also. So these are the schemes which government has floated and banks have implemented. The last one is sub-debt facility. This is a facility where bank has come out to support the NPA and SME2 units, and under this facility, loan will be given to the promoters as a subordinate debt. So these are the few initiatives which have taken by the banks and supported by the government and Reserve Bank of India. So these are the challenges we can expect in the field of MSME sector. Due to COVID, MSME segment has been hit the most. As we know that MSME is the most suffered factor during this COVID scenario. Credit offtake has been poor, and Reserve Bank bulletin also says this thing. As per market report, overall bank credit is expected to grow only by 1% during current financial year. Income generation after moratorium, it is a serious issue. It has become a challenge. However, our endeavor will be, as per Government of India guidelines and Reserve Bank of India guidelines, we are going to restructure the accounts which are facing stress. This is very much clear, because we have to support the units. And in case of emergency credit line, there may be cases that of over leveraging in certain instances, because in under this COVID-20 facility, what we are doing, we are giving loan of 20% of total fund based outstanding. So if in case a borrower is enjoying working capital limit of 10 crores, and if term loan is 40 crores, even if he is eligible, and he will get 20% of 40 plus 10. So keeping in view that in such cases there may be chances of over leveraging. So just to avoid that, we are taking proper due prudence in, so that there is no misutilization of funds, or there is no diversion of funds. Next slide. So this is expectations from the MSME. As per India's registered 64 million MSMEs, only 32% of them are digitally engaged, and 68% are too far to adopt digital practices. So keeping in view this pandemic, it is expected from MSMEs that they should utilize digital channels, so that the issues, whatever issues have arisen now, they may be cleared up. And the main issue is that better and judicious utilization of credit limits. It is also a very crucial for going forward. Adaptability of suitable sustainability practice is also needed, keeping in view that the position of market and demand in the market. MSME should give more emphasis on innovations. Now this is the time when we need more and more new products, new facilities, new innovations. And more focus should be given on working capital management, because quick collection from receivables will also help in meeting wage and salary expenses. Next slide, please. So this is about the Bank of Baroda loan factory. I tell you, Bank of Baroda was the first bank who introduced this loan factory concept in 2006. And the basic purpose of establishing this loan factory or SME branches is to reduce the turnaround time to help the MSMEs. So recently we have opened 15 special SME branches to serve the MSME borrowers and provide end-to-end solution. Besides that, we have also opened 71 SMELF loan factories all over India, which will provide centralized processing centers. And besides those centers, we also have 36 SME cells who will also give centralized processing facility. Next, please. This is, I think, next one. So these are the new products and initiatives under MSME. Supply chain is a product which has been started by Bank of Baroda, and vendor bill discounting for real estate developers. Trades is a facility which is a digital exchange to facilitate discounting of invoices and bills. CMR based rate of interest, as this today's topic is. So under CMR based rate of interest, we are giving very competitive rate of interest for loans up to ₹5 crores. And Baroda Property Pride is a product where we are giving loan against the residential and commercial property. Baroda MSME loan for restaurant also we are giving loan under this category. Next slide. So now we come to the topic credit rating in MSME. Next slide, please. So with involvement of lending best practices, bank has started doing credit bureau checks for sanction of loan. But it was observed that these reports for commercial entities are bulky, and there may be variation from one person to other taking into decision. So to remove this subjectivity from credit decision, credit rating came into between the borrowers based on the credit data. Credit rating is a numerical representation of business profile and behavior of the credit journey. Credit rating is a statistical built behavior score for business enterprises who are giving estimates for next 12 months. These are the models based as per Basel norms and help in overcoming challenges like delay in submission, quality of financial statements, subjectivity in taking credit decisions, and the rating difference from grade to grade. If a AAA rated account is, it is less risky, and D rated account is more risky. Rating agencies assess the financial viability and capability to honor business, provide an insight to its sales, operational and financial composition, thereby assessing element and highlights of overall health of the enterprises. So sometimes we feel that why rating is required. So they assess the overall health of the enterprises. The rating agencies evaluate factors such as enterprise management skill, organizational structure, key human resources, business environment, relationship, financial strength, and various other factors. The rating of any MSME enterprise result in facilitating investment decisions, help investors in achieving balance in the risk return profile, and assist firm in assessing capital at low cost. So these are the benefits which we can see that MSME will get out of this rating. Adequate and timely availability of finance. Credit rating enables the prompt credit decision from banks on proposals of MSMEs. Credit rating works as an added tool for decision making by the lender, as a good credit rating acts as an added cushion for the creditworthiness of the borrower. As an independent third-party opinion, it helps in providing confidence to the lenders and various stakeholders. The next benefit which we get from rating is assessment of financial viability and capability. Credit rating helps MSME to ascertain the strengths and weaknesses. Rating agencies, after carrying out the rating, give feedback to the company on their existing operations and take corrective measures to enhance their organizational growth. It helps the company to improve their performance and grow their operations more profitability. As the operations of MSME improve, their chance of getting a better rating in the future also increases. Rating creates confidence for the project and improves bargaining power. So a good credit rating provides with the initial confidence for the new project. Credit rating agencies assess the firm on different grades, which denotes AAA to D. For a good rating means a higher chance of bagging a loan. Besides, there is a lot of information asymmetry in the market. Sometimes we feel that it is a wasteful expenditure. So it is not a wasteful expenditure, rather money well spent. For providing this service, agencies charge a fee which is based on the firm's turnover and which ranges from 25,000 to 1 lakh or more. These ratings are valid for a year and can be renewed by paying an appropriate fee. It is money well spent. A good rating provides the initial confidence for the project and also acts as a final confirmation. Rating helps in getting cheaper credit. A good rating can help the MSME to gain faster and get cheaper credit, as they enable the firm to get benefits of concessional funding for the venture. The agencies that provide rating for MSME are CRISIL, CARE, ICRA, SMERA, and Onkira FIT. These agencies have tie-ups with several banks to offer preferential interest rates based on ratings. So by this way, the rating company also help in getting lower interest in their to the business enterprises. Then credibility in the market. The independent risk evaluation of MSME by an unbiased third party lends credibility to them and open doors for them while dealing with MNCs and corporates. They can also submit credit rating for tenders and make themselves more credible to get bigger orders. It also provides easier access to other sources of finance such as private equity. Better ratings have helped the MSMEs to retain customers and suppliers and negotiate better terms with them. The government also favors rated MSMEs, restricting certain contracts for such firms. It also operates a performance and credit rating scheme through various credit rating agencies via National Small Industries Corporation. The scheme provides a one-time subsidy to SMEs to get rated. This rating is also a tool for self-improvement and self-correction. Another advantage of rating is that highlighting of strength and weakness acts as a trigger for self-correction. A regular renewal of ratings not only helps improve a firm's performance, but also builds confidence within the lender fraternity and trading channel. It is like a report card for MSMEs. The analysis helps them to continuously evolve based on the changing regulation, business requirement, and economic scenario. MSMEs are usually deterred by the rigorous of rating discipline and fear of low rating, but the latter may not be necessarily be the result of weak financials and can be attributed to various reasons. The issues can be easily pointed out in the rating report. The MSMEs that want to run a sustainable business take the feedback positively and try to improvise. It is an opportunity to implement best business practices. And last one, increase visibility. Rating increases visibility and credibility on the MSMEs. Since rating is an independent and third-party opinion on credit worthiness, it helps in providing confidence to the lenders and various stakeholders. With higher credibility, the MSMEs are able to acquire funds from various avenues which otherwise would not be keen to on lending. Next slide, please. So this is the conclusion and the importance of the MSMEs we have mentioned, and with various steps being undertaken by Government of India for Atmanirbhar Bharat and vocal for local, the upliftment of MSME sector assumes higher importance. Next slide, please. So these are our Facebook and other channels. You can share your experience and feedback on social media also. And last slide, please. So this is all from Bank of Baroda side. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manmohan Gupta. I would first take your kind consent to thank firstly Mr. Patra for the phenomenal insight from the eagle eyes of a banker. This will bring a paradigm shift in the thought process of MSME towards availing financial support from Bank of Baroda. And thank you so much, Mr. Manmohan Gupta, once again, for the delight you shared for MSME support with the Bank of Baroda's exclusive MSME cells and centralized processing facility. Well, this is something new even to us, actually, because we had not come across this kind of huge, mammoth experience which you are being facing with MSMEs, and what MSMEs will be facing vice versa with the Bank of Baroda. So I'm sure our MSMEs shall be benefited today by your schemes and outlooks towards their growth. So thank you once again. We now move to our next panelist from SIDBI. So the Small Industrial Development Bank of India is a development financial institution in India, headquartered at Lucknow and having its office all across the country. Its purpose is to provide refinance facilities and short-term lending to industries and serves as the principal financial institution in the MSME sector. It was established on April 2nd, 1990, if I am correct, through an act of parliament, and it is headquartered in Lucknow. It operates under the Department of Financial Services, Government of India. SIDBI is one of the 4 All India financial institutions regulated and supervised directly by Reserve Bank of India. SIDBI is active in the development of microfinance institution, and besides the refinance operations, lends directly to MSMEs. Well, it's an honor. So we are really having an honor to have with us today the Assistant General Manager of SIDBI, Mr. Manoj Dhingra, who is designated as Assistant General Manager at SIDBI's Thane branch and looking after direct credit related work. In fact, Mr. Manoj Dhingra doesn't need any introduction. His introduction will be by his virtue of his speech. We will listen to Mr. Manoj Dhingra right away. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Dhingra.
Thank you very much, sir. At the outset, I would like to feel sorry and say sorry to you for not being able to give time about giving my say CV as such, which I gave you as a one-liner, but you made it and combined SIDBI into it and made an essay about it, sir. I'm really thankful to you for that, sir.
Pleasure.
Now coming to coming to the topic as such regarding the benefits of MSME ratings as such, I really I'm glad the panelists who have brought BCCI has brought, like Kalpesh Patel ji and Bank of Baroda senior officials. They almost covered all the aspects of rating, I would say. And be it say as far as Kalpesh ji is concerned, he has covered everything about see the perspective, be it borrower's perspective, be banker's perspective, be the customer's perspective, supplier's perspective, because like this ultimately, as our Gupta sir said regarding that, it is like a report card. हम हमेशा बोलते हैं कि हमारा बच्चा अच्छा है, पेरेंट्स हमेशा बोलते हैं मेरा बच्चा अच्छा है, सबसे अच्छा है, लेकिन जब रियल रेटिंग उसकी कौन बताते हैं? स्कूल वाले। तो वैसे ही क्रेडिट रेटिंग एजेंसीज ही हैं जो हर एक की स्पेशलाइजेशन है, लाइक एमएसएमई के हिसाब से अगर बात करें तो स्पेरा है, केयर है, क्रिसिल है, तो ये सब जो रेटिंग करते हैं, they give the report card of the MSME unit, and now the report card is based on like हम लोग बोलते हैं कि बच्चा स्पोर्ट्स में कैसा है, या इस परफॉर्मेंस में पढ़ाई में कैसा है, एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज में कैसा है। उसी लाइंस पे हम जब एमएसएमई की बात करें तो वी टॉक अबाउट लाइक what how are its financials, how it is its business, how is the management, how is the market scenario, which is external basically, which again it depends upon case to case. Again, that market scenario depends upon we only as a customer. Then it's the industry outlook, how the industry, then comes to government policies. So there are very many factors which take care about the ratings. Not one factor is the deciding factor as far as the overall rating of any MSME unit is concerned. And then comes security, finally, that howsoever security, but even if a customer is able to provide 100% security, I have seen SIDBI, as far as SIDBI is concerned, and very many banks, our Bank of Baroda is the one of the leading banks in our country. They will agree that be it any scheme, without rating, no loan is given to any company, generally, and even to an individual. So rating is must. Without rating, it cannot be done. So that is the main thing, not only to assess yourself, because rating comprises of basically two parameters. One is the obligor rating, which we call, where the rating is conducted of the MSME as such. And then another is facility, based on the facility. But based on the facility and security alone, a borrower cannot get a rating unless he has the capacity to not only repay, but also capacity to, because we want that, like Atmanirbhar, it's now the funda. So unless Atmanirbharta is there, rating and security will not do much on that. Ultimately, we want employment, we want unit to function properly and deliver profits, not only the country, and now it is to increase GDP. That is also another talk of today. So I hope every MSME unit, whether he wants to avail loan or not, he should get itself rated, because rating will definitely give it a standing in the market and also scope for whatever improvements he would like to have it and require. From the third point, Shiv Shankar ki तीसरी आंख जिसको बोलते हैं, from that is rating agency, from that point of view. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Manoj Dhingra. It was indeed food for thought and great comprehension about way forward. In fact, there are certain very amazing things which normally MSME are not aware in day-to-day life. And today, the four panelists, I would say, char chand laga diya hamare understanding. It is really a very, very beneficiary kind of a subject. Whereas if you really seriously look into the deep thinking required for an MSME to expand his work or maybe capacity, this would be the key aspect what you all have really shared. So we will now move to the question and answers from our panel, from our participants to the panelists. So the first question is to Mr. Patra or Mr. Manmohan Gupta, who would like to take from Bank of Baroda. This is there any study about correlation between rating and loan default rates? Do we have any study about this? This question is asked by Mr. Anil. And do we have any kind of a study which, about the correlation between the rating and the loan default?
Yes, I'll just reply here. Definitely,
Yes.
there is definitely it is there. Without correlation, it will never happen. So rating is basically done to understand the default rate. See, when we do rating internally, we take the PD, probability of a default, and LGD, loss given default. So probability default says that it is there is a number or percentage. The probability of 3%, 4%, it may go to default. There is a relationship. And going forward also, we understand if suppose it happens to be default, then what will be lost to the bank? So these two names are PD and LGD. These are taken into consideration. Then we understand the relationship between two, accordingly the necessary decision taken.
Okay. Thank you so much. My next question is from Mr. Radhesh. And this question is again to Mr. Manmohan Gupta or Mr. Patra, anyone. Please explain COVID 10%, the scheme which you have mentioned in your presentation, a little more in detail, and about the sub-debt.
Yeah. This COVID-10 facility, initially when this COVID started, so government come out with a directions that 10% of fund-based outstanding working capital limit should be given as a emergency credit line. So this facility was valid up to 31st July, and sanction was to be made up to 30th June. So that now scheme has already closed, and now the second scheme is available, where 20% of fund-based outstanding, where total fund-based limit is 50 crores as of 29th February, and turnover is 250 crores. Then only unit is eligible to avail this 20% of fund-based outstanding. And in this case, a working capital term loan for a period of 4 years is being given with 1 year moratorium, and the rate of interest is also very low, 7.50%. It has been kept by all the banks that we will not charge higher rate of interest, and no processing fee, no commission, NCGT commission, nothing we are charging. So if a unit is eligible, they should come forward for taking this limit. And that this subordinate debt stress scheme. So this is a scheme by Government of India to provide guarantee coverage for credit guarantee scheme for subordinate debt. And under this is for restructuring of limits. Under this scheme, 90% of guarantee coverage will be given by the guarantee CGTMSE, and 10% he is to bring, promoter has to bring. Under this scheme, a personal loan will be given to the borrower to the extent of 15% of his own contribution by way of equity or debt, or 75 lakhs, whichever is lower. And in this case, a loan will be given with 10 years of repayment, including 7 years moratorium. So this scheme is available only to SMA2 and NPA accounts, the units which were running as of 31st March 18 and as of 30th April 2020, either SMA2 or NPA are eligible to be covered under this scheme. So it is a personal loan under this scheme, and government has given taken a budget of 20,000 crores. But keeping in view that NPA units are to be funded, that normally banks classify the NPA when unit is entirely closed, there is no viability. So there are very few cases under the scheme.
Okay, thank you. So we have a question again for Mr. Kalpesh Patel. How will credit ratings help an MSME to establish global supply chain in exports, or perhaps in importing of capital goods, or attracting investments by a foreign company?
As I mentioned earlier in my PPT also, that credit rating is on a scale of say AAA to the bank loan rating, that is. Okay. And this is approved and recognized by RBI as well as SEBI. Both are the principal regulators in financial market in India. Okay. So when the recognized credit rating agency assigns the rating to a issuer, and it is publicly available for assessment or for verification by say domestic as well as the international supplier or maybe customers. So it has its own credentials and value in terms of when somebody looks at the rating based on the our definitions of rating, I mean, which is also standardized in nature, they can make out the risk involved in particular entities while they are dealing with the entity for say exports or maybe imports or maybe capital goods import, whatever the case may be. Yeah. So based on the rating, they can, very well remain aware, or they can have some feel or idea about the issuer's overall credit risk profile. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So my next question is to Mr. Manoj Dhingra. Mr. Manoj Dhingra.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. Sorry, actually,
No,
somebody. Sorry.
My next question is for you. In fact, how will SIDBI help an MSME looking at their need, and how far will you consider the credit rating for additional benefits under SIDBI schemes to an MSME?
Definitely, sir. We are required to undertake rating, and for any scheme, rating is a must. And
I'm sorry, this is, Mr. Dhingra, this is vis-a-vis the CIBIL rating and the credit rating. You always go with the CIBIL rating as well. So what is the additional this you would look towards a credit rating, or if it is both of them are good with your take, please?
See, our own internal ratings, sir, as well as CIBIL score, because CIBIL score parameters, we have our own policies whereby say under this score, say 700 as such, average score 700. Below that, we cannot do any any proposal. And as far as that CIBIL MSME rank is concerned, not below CMR 6. So these are the parameters which we have to look into. Over and above, we have our own internal rating parameters, whereby the obligor rating should be say S6 and above. And whereas also our own combined rating, which also takes care about security, that is facility. So apart from that, we have our own due diligence mechanism also, which we undertake on our own. And definitely the balance sheet analysis, the strength of the borrower itself and his position and the product, all these are taken into consideration before deciding about any proposal to be gone ahead with, sir.
And I would like to add something along with Dhingra. Yeah,
Yes.
I think in case of SIDBI, the SME rating, which we have talked about from scale 1 to 8, is required for, I think, proposal up to rupees 25 crore for them to, internally process that proposal. So they are looking for SME ratings, particularly for a proposal up to 25 crore rupees of date from credit rating agencies. Right, Dhingra, sir?
I would correct, sir. SME rating, it is more than 7.5 crore basically.
Yeah, up to 20.
Exposure more than 7.5 crore.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Patel, for adding, and thank you, Mr. Dhingra, for the reply, because that was really needed by many of the panelists. I had actually clubbed the question. So coming to the next question to the team from Bank of Baroda, either Mr. Gupta or Mr. Patra, your take. Any amount, is it specified that any amount above which rating of an MSME enterprise for loan section becomes mandatory? Any particular amount of loan or credit where it is very mandatory to have, or is it like that right from any kind of amount you all can take it?
Sir, for all, please.
Okay. Here actually question is mandatory does not arise at all. Here question is what is the benefit we are getting from the rating. Based on that, many decisions taken place. Now, suppose one person or one customer did not rate, he will have to face the problem like either loan processing will not happen, or concession will not get, or any facility may not be possible. Like that, there is no question of mandatory. But internally, we have kept 5 crore and above. Any company should be rated by externally. And if they don't do, then ultimately, the price impact may come. Other impact also there. Otherwise, there is no question of mandatory. Nobody can do mandatory at all. We cannot deny any person that you have not done external thing, you get out, you are not eligible. This cannot be.
Okay. Thank you so much. My next question, we have about a lot of questions coming in. So I'll just take the next question because, and this question can be answered by any of the panelists, please. So the question is, how does the rating change when the company is reclassified from large company to a medium company as export is excluded? So this question is from Kunal Shah. He wants to ask that in case the company is reclassified from large company to a medium company, does the rating change?
Right. I'll take that question. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Here, this classification, as Mr. Gupta has mentioned, this classification for small and medium, wherein export was excluded by the government because it is export earning in any case is good for the country. Okay. So to encourage and promote the MSMEs, export is excluded from the total turnover so that the more number of units can be accommodated in the MSME definition. However, at the same time, if an entity is export oriented or a domestic player, the turnover, overall turnover would be considered as the overall turnover, whether it is export or a domestic income. And assessment would happen based on the overall turnover of the entity, not based on the classification of the entity, that is, if it is medium or a small or a large corporate. Yes, the size of operation also we do take into consideration size of the operations, but as far as overall turnover is concerned, we do take into consideration export sales also. And it would be rather considered as a diversified player in terms of geographical diversification. So the entity has domestic as well as export operation, and hence it would be better for the entity or in terms of ratings. Yes. Sir, you want to add anything? Yeah.
No, this is fine because in case of turnover exceeding 250 crores, or it will not affect the rating because management is same, financials are same. So basically the criteria which are taken into consideration for rating, I think nothing will be changed.
Thank you so much. The next question we have again with Mr. Gupta is that, for COVID, 20% emergency credit line scheme of the banks, which is a hit program, popular program nowadays, and many have started availing this concession, and really it has become a breather and a survival factor for the MSME of the country. I would say this has become one of the most popular financial schemes ever in the history of MSME in this country, and in the banking history as well. I want a question from our panel, from our participants, and that is, are you considering for this credit line only the entire debtors, or the defaulters, or also the bank outstanding as well, as on 20...
Only bank, only bank outstanding with all the banks and financial institutions as of 29th February 20. So if a borrower is availing fund-based limit of rupees 40 crores with my bank and 10 crores with other bank or other financial institution, so taking into consideration if total outstanding is up to 50 crores as of 29th February, all fund-based only, it will not include non-fund-based outstanding. So if it is within that 50 crores and turnover is up to 250 crores, then only borrower is eligible to avail this facility. But account should not be under SMA 2 category.
Okay, but what if in case the bank limit sanction to the MSME is 10 crores, but at that particular point of time he has drawn only 2 crores. So what will be the outstanding?
Yeah, he will avail only, he can get only 20% of 2 crores.
Okay, that gives a clarification to all of, because they thought that maybe the outstanding limit they can go for the ECL. So perhaps that is not
No,
the
no.
point here.
The benefit is given to the outstanding level as of 29th February, whatever may be the limit.
And will the credit rating, suppose the credit rating by CARE is given a very outstanding rating to the person, will there be any concession on the interest of the earlier limit which or the term loan which the person is carrying on?
Yes, that we are considering. If a rating is higher rating like AA or we have a interest structure like that. For higher good rating, we have lower rate of interest, and for higher rating, for lower rating, downgrade rating, we have increased rate of interest. Accordingly, we are increasing the spread because we work out RAROC. Banks, there are certain norms that for Bank of Baroda, this is the RAROC, like 18% or 19% should be the RAROC. In case of lower rated accounts, we need to incur more capital. So because of that reason, rating will be higher for lower rated accounts and better for higher rated accounts. क्यों पत्रा सब ठीक है?
Correct. You are right. Right. No, for further to add on that, see, we are not charging rate of interest based on external rating only. We do our mapping with the internal rating. Though as in the meeting panel already discussed, there is a obligor rating, there is a facility rating, then a combined rating. So based on the security, facility rating, obligor is the as per the parameters. Both combined we get a rating. Based on that we charge the rate of interest. But this is also mapped to external rating parallelly. May not be exactly the same, but the charge of interest is based on our internal rating.
So I would really, that would actually like to go on for more and more queries, but I think I will share the email ID from our chamber and request our chamber secretary to do it with all the participants, because suddenly it is becoming so interesting that everyone is again on to verge of questions. So thank you so much, gentlemen, and thank you for joining and coming to Bombay Chamber of Commerce to help our MSME grow further. And in fact, we have a complete shift of understanding today by perception of both the sides, from the credit rating sides, from the banker side, and of course SIDBI endorsing the entire scheme altogether, because SIDBI is literally from the RBI's home. So this has become a very enlightening session today. The knowledge session will really help MSMEs take further steps, and I think you will have a chain reaction coming up to, and people queuing up to Bank of Baroda very soon with the ratings from Mr. Patel. And of course, SIDBI will also be helping the capital benefits to them. Thank you once again, gentlemen. I would like to now also inform all my viewers today and the participants that this entire event today is one of the most significant events that happened. So we are actually, the event will be available on our website, www.bombaychamber.com, in the event section and archived events. So y'all can please take it further. It will also be launched in YouTube, because a lot of participants would be demanding, we know, to look at it again, the presentation. They can take it further from there. I would now like our chairman of the MSME Forum, Mr. Rajan Raje, to really give a vote of thanks, and he is the driving force behind the entire program. So Mr. Rajan Raje, please.
Thank you, Doctor. I mean, today's session, I mean, even before I could start thanking the panelists and the our team, I think it was a very enlightening and very informative webinar. Personally, I was always interested in understanding the importance of the credit rating for MSME, because I'm myself one of the stakeholders of MSME. So today's learning definitely was very good, especially making the MSME responsible about the rating, the discipline, the judicious utilization of working capital or innovation. So all these things, personally, I know that these are the needs of the time and the hour. So let this webinar bring a quantum change in the thought process of the MSMEs. So now the pleasant job, what I am interested to. It's my pleasure to thank all the panelists, participants, my colleagues on behalf of Bombay Chamber of Commerce. My sincere thanks to Mr. Kalpesh Patel, Associate Director, Corporate Rating, Care Ratings Limited, Mr. Siddheshwar Patra, Chief Risk Officer, Bank of Baroda, Mr. Manmohan Gupta, Head MSME Lending, Bank of Baroda, and Mr. Manoj Dhingra, AGM SIDBI, for guiding all of us on an important issue in the current situation for MSME, that is benefits of getting rated by credit rating agencies for MSMEs. I'm sure the guidance and the insight provided by all the panelists will be of great help to MSME participants. As an MSME stakeholders, as I told you, this topic was very important and it was really near to my heart. I would also like to thank all our sponsors, DCB Bank, Bank of Baroda and SIDBI for making this webinar possible. We are sure that our association with the sponsors will continue in the future as well, and it will grow. All of us should use the BCCI platform for mutual benefit and for the benefit of our members. That's my sincere wish and request. I would like to extend my gratitude to Mr. Sandeep Khosla, Director General BCCI, for kickstarting this webinar. And I also want to thank my colleague and my friend, Dr. Vinod Chopra, MD Sai Industrial Alliance Private Limited, for effectively moderating this webinar, without which this webinar couldn't be so interesting and informative. My thanks are also due to all my board members, invitees for joining the webinar in spite of their demanding schedule. And finally, I must thank all my colleagues of BCCI, the Secretariat, Dr. Sugita Upadhyay, Deputy Director BCCI, Aparna Singh, Executive Research, Mahadev Maggi, and Vikram Negi, our IT faculty who always efficiently drive all the technical support to the MSME forum. And finally, without the participants, all of you, this webinar couldn't have been possible. So thank you so much for joining. And I'm sure this webinar will help you to survive and grow in the new environment post-COVID. Thank you once again and see you soon.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Rajan. Thank you, Dr. Chopra. Thanks all the panelists. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Dhingra.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Patel, Mr. Dhingra, Mr. Patra.
And yeah, it was very interesting.
Gupta.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah.